Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the second video of the Road to Ripped challenge. I made a video last week discussing the food I was eating, the basic workouts I was doing. I also talked about a little bit more in depth of what the Weight Watcher system is really all about. You know, like I said, a point system where, you know, I even give an example of, like, let's say SonTwisteds goes in there, and since he's like a much bigger man than me, he might have to have a little bit more points than maybe my build, you know, my size. You know, I've lost tons of weight on it, but it really depends on how much weight you have, what's your height, and you're gonna have to add up, subtract points, and see where you go from there. And the more you lose weight, I think eventually you're gonna have to decrease the points you have per day on certain meals. I also went on certain other things too. Just my thoughts and my main goals for the 3 months. Now, this week, unfortunately, it's not really the most positive update in terms of my Road to Week challenge. Last week, I told you guys I lost 1.5 pounds because the previous week I was 209, I was 207.5. I don't know if I should take the scale I have in my bathroom at face value, or just trust it in general, because I'm kind of like SonTwisteds, like he's not sure if he should trust it, because I've had issues in the past with this weight, in this scale, and the fact that I weigh myself and it says one thing, then a couple minutes later I weigh myself again and it gives me a completely different reading, and so it's like it's very off. Like, so I don't even know if the weight I was saying last week is even accurate to begin with, but it's the only scale I got, so I have to roll with it, you know, because it said I gained 1.5 pounds back from last week to this week, so it's back up to 209. And then I weighed myself 5 minutes afterwards, and it told me I gained 2 pounds back. I'm like, what? Like 2 extra pounds for 5 minutes? Bullshit. Now, there's some techniques I've heard before. Like, my sister used to tell me, when I was on the other diet, get up in the morning, either take a piss, take a shit, do something, and then weigh yourself, because that's excess waste, either liquid or, you know, shit waste that leaves your body and gives you a more accurate reading. Now, we had 2 scales when I was on the other diet, and when my sister was here, we had another. My sister had a different. She had 2 scales. The one she had was more of another digital number based. That was her personal scale. Then there was another scale we used to have, the first one, before we get the one in the bathroom, where it was like the analog little needle scale, like the basic, really basic weight. Now, I'm pretty sure that's kind of more accurate, because it's kind of like that other scales that nurses have, where it's like the little bar and you have to put the little square and match it up where it's leveled. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like that. I don't have that scale anymore, and that gave me a little more accurate readings in terms of weight than this one. This one's kind of finicky. Like, I don't know if I should trust it, but unfortunately this one's the scale I got. So that's kind of what happened. I mean, there's no way, because last Saturday, not under my control, of course, I had to go out east to my grandmother's, and of course she made some food, because it was supposed to be like their annual end of July beach party that Matatuck over there used to have. And of course Matatuck, of course the beach party that was supposed to be on a Saturday got canceled because of all the rain that was going on. It was raining a lot, so we originally went out there just to help out, but my aunt was there with my niece and my nephew, and of course she made like French fries, you know, she made like egg rolls that was supposed to be made for the party, but she ended up making it, and you know, I ended up having 2 egg rolls, 2 hot dogs without buns, homemade French fries. Both the egg rolls and the French fries were homemade by her, and I had some corn. So that right there, I mean, the combination of all that could have been like 10 points. And then afterwards, when we were going home, I ended up stopping at Wendy's and picking up a Baconator with a small fries and Coke. I didn't really eat majority of the fries. I think it was shared between me, my father, and my mom. I had the soda though. It was a regular Coke. So I don't think there's any way I could have gained 1.5 pounds back for that one day, because afterwards, I mean, I pretty much was straight on a diet. The only thing I could possibly think of was maybe I had a little bit too much fluid throughout the course of that week, because I was drinking a lot more than I usually did, and maybe I had a little bit more extra soda with a little extra sugar in it that wasn't doing with the prior week. So that's kind of a little combination. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I mean, a pound and a half back. I mean, 1 week, whatever. You know, I'll see you next week and see what happens. If I lose more, that's great. This is still early in this road trip challenge. I just want to give you guys an update that apparently the scale said I gained a pound and a half back. It's the only thing I could really think of and why the scale told me that. Like, maybe it was the fluid, maybe it was too much, maybe a little bit more soda than I drank the prior weeks. Because I was drinking water, I was drinking brewed iced tea, homemade iced tea. It was brewed iced tea, also packets of green tea, and it was like a little extra flavor with a small amount of regular iced tea. Not much to give it any sort of sugar. I mean, I may have some sugar, but not enough where it might screw up my weight. I mean, it's just enough to give it a teeny bit of flavor, but you really taste like, still tastes brewed for the most part. Like, it barely has enough sugar in it, for my liking in anyway. But that's kind of where it was standing, you know. So, not really the greatest update, but it was, you know, it happens, you know. Weight like this fluctuates. I don't know. I was doing a lot of workouts too, though. I was doing more arm workouts, push-ups, sit-ups, and all that. Well, I wasn't doing sit-ups actually. I was just doing push-ups, and I was doing some squats. I actually did a couple of wall sits for like 30 seconds. It's kind of the first time I actually did wall sits in like months, if not a year or so. I mean, for 30 seconds, that's probably the longest I've done for my first 2 runs than I did a while ago. Because when I was at spring track, oh my god, the calisthenics killed me. I hate wall sits. It fucking burns your legs, and I know the burning sensation means you're ripping the muscle and tearing it up and building more, but it's really painful if you have to sit there for like a minute struggling. Your legs are feeling jello while you're doing calisthenics. Like, I'm telling you what, that calisthenics when I was at school at spring track was fucking awful. Like, I pushed every part of my muscles to the max where I couldn't even do anything, and they thought I was like wimping out. Like, my arms were dead. I couldn't even do any more push-ups. So it was that type of max. Like, I maxed out my muscles and I just couldn't do anything. I was like, I was hurting the next day. Like, no joke. But I'm not gonna do anything like that just yet. I mean, I'm gonna wait until I'm in better shape, get that body fat percentage down. So in any case, I want to ask the SonTwisteds, maybe Goat, which scale would be more appropriate and a little more accurate. I'll try to find on Google on what the scale I do have now. Like I said, it's not really accurate. I don't really trust it right now because it gives me completely different readings every other time I step on it. It's fucking annoying. But I would really like to know what type of scale is more accurate and what you would trust more, so then maybe I can look into getting it. Because I know you have the one, and I think it might be the same one that IndustrialGamer has, where it talks about your bone mass, your water percentage, so and your body fat and other stuff. I know IndustrialGamer got that recently. Is that the same one you got? And do you trust it? Is that really more accurate, or the most accurate one out of the bunch? I guess I want to trying to say, like, because I'm looking for a new scale, and I saw some of them on Amazon that was like $50 that had the bone mass, the water percentage, the fat percentage, and all that stuff. Because I want to look into that, because I really want to know what my body fat percentage is. Because right now, I want to get that body fat percentage down. I'm thinking I might be like 23% body fat, maybe 25 at most, you know. And I want to get that down. I want to get that down to like at least 18. Maybe if I'm lucky, maybe get down to 15 at some point. But I want to get it down at least 18 or 19 in 3 months. I don't know if that's possible. Like I said, I really need to know what my body fat percentage is, so I know if I'm actually losing fat. Because that's what I really want to lose. I just want to lose the fat. I'm not really looking for this 3 months to build more muscle. I mean, I like to retain my muscle, obviously, but I'm not really trying to gain a lot of muscle back. So I just want to lose the fat, get my body looking a little more workable, and then work on to building muscle, and then that'll be when I can get the definition stuff showing up. Because right now, losing the fat is the most important key. I have to get this stuff down. It's really not healthy for me. So anyway, guys, that's kind of the update to week 2 of wow, I can't speak today. Road to ripped. I was gonna say whipped again. This fucking heat's fucking causing me to go crazy. Road to Ripped week 2. Hopefully next week will be better. I'm looking forward to seeing ZeroXshinobi's second update. I believe I already saw IndustrialGamers week 2. I don't know if he made it week 3 yet. I'm gonna have to check his channel out. I know I saw SonTwisteds week 2 and Goats week 2 and Simhawk, I believe. I think that's one of the other guys who's also in the Road to Rip challenge. I know he subscribed to me recently and commented on my video. I know I saw his second video. That thing was 23 minutes long. That was crazy. You know, that was just as long as my first one. But I think I'm trying to cut it off. Too long I'm talking on these updates. But yeah, you know, that's kind of it. Hopefully the next week is gonna be better. Like I said, I'm still eating my meals. I'm still doing the best I can, following my diet structure, because I personally feel though Weight Watchers is more watching your calories, but I know you're supposed to follow the points. I don't know. Also, Zero, you told me on Skype, I believe yesterday or the day before, that you went to look at a Weight Watcher ice cream bars and they were like $8. What? Like, I don't know what place you were at, man, but that is completely overpriced. I mean, my mom says she gets them at Pathmark for like $3.50, if maybe $3.80 at most. Is like, that's crazy. $8 for 6 bars? Damn, that's nuts, man. That's crazy. It's like $1.50 or something per bar or something. I don't know. I don't know the math calculations. I'm like, my mind's like burnt out from the heat. I hate summer. I really do. But that's another topic. Anyway, guys, thank you again for watching. Please check out tomorrow. I'm gonna be uploading a minor update discussing the video games and what I'm gonna do on my channel and some other stuff. So check it out if you care more about the video game information, and just leave me some comments down below. And that'll be it. So I'll catch you guys later.